Hey, it's Ben from CloudU. Today we're going to talk about Cloudonomics. Cloudonomics is kind of a term we use to talk about the economics of cloud computing. I talk to a lot of people who see the cloud primarily as a way to save money. While moving to the cloud often is a great way to save money, the economics of cloud computing go much deeper than simple cost savings. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the 4 ways that cloud computing affects the economics of a business. Do you ever spend a little too long looking at the dessert menu because you just can't decide between the creme brulee and the chocolate cake? What to do, huh? Whether or not you realise it, when making that critical decision, you're thinking about opportunity costs, or the cost of an alternative not chosen. The opportunity cost of picking the creme brulee is the delicious chocolate cake that you didn't get to try. How does this relate to cloud computing, you ask? Well, Gartner, they're a big IT research company, have estimated that 80% of IT budgets is spent just on maintenance. That means that when a business decides to manage IT in-house, it's paying a huge opportunity cost in terms of time and energy for not outsourcing its IT. Choosing the cloud and letting someone else handle routine maintenance reduces this opportunity cost and lets a company be much more efficient with its IT budget. What's the worst business in the world to be in? I reckon it'd have to be the airline industry. How come? Partly because it's extremely capital intensive. Planes are crazily expensive and they require an upfront investment. Regardless of how many passengers an airline has, it's paying for that plane. But what if someone else could buy the plane and the airline could rent it based on usage? Slow travel season because of a bad economy? No problem. The airline only pays for what it uses. Instead of a capital expense that has to be paid regardless of demand, it pays for planes as an operating expense closely tied to actual demand and revenue. This is exactly what cloud computing enables for IT. Instead of buying servers and software that may sit idle, the cloud lets companies rent technology when they need it. Better believe the airlines would love that. The bottom line is important, really important. The problem when it comes to forecasting that bottom line is that technology typically costs a lot more than just the price of a server or a software license. There are the wages of the person who needs to maintain it, the cost of building a room for the server to sit in, air conditioning, upgrade costs and more. This concept is called total cost of ownership, or TCO. The really great thing about cloud computing is that instead of having to budget all these different complex expenses, which can vary widely based on different factors, a business hires a vendor to manage everything at a set price. No surprises make accurate forecasting a lot easier, so that the total cost of ownership is not a mystery. Why do doctors have nurses? Because there are only so many hours in a day, and it's more efficient for them to focus their limited energy on their core competencies. Unless you're a technology provider, chances are you shouldn't be installing software updates. The cloud allows a business to focus on what it does best, and that intense focus unlocks enormous value. Adam Smith was an economist from a few hundred years ago, and he had a famous example about how much more productive a pin factory with specialised labour was than back in the old days when one person would make a pin from start to finish. Cloud computing is the new division of labour made famous by Smith. The most successful businesses are realising this, and they're moving low-value processes to the cloud so that they can focus on what really matters to their customers. If you want to learn more about Cloudonomics, visit CloudU, our totally free, comprehensive cloud computing curriculum where you can earn a certificate in cloud computing. Cloudonomics is lesson number 2 of the CloudU curriculum. Till next time, cheers.